This is the third recording in the series, and it's where I explain how to meditate. Meditating is easy. Finding the time to meditate on a regular basis is the hard part. Most meditators find a regular time, and most find the morning before they start their day to be best. There's also a fair number who meditate just before their evening meal, and others who like to meditate in the evening before bedtime. When to meditate is very individual, and I recommend that you experiment, taking into account your daily schedule and how meditation affects you. For example, some people prefer to meditate just before bedtime, as it helps them to sleep better, while others find that meditating in the evening energizes them and makes sleeping difficult. To induce the meditative response, we need to place our attention on a single action or object so that our mind begins to calm itself down and stop jumping around from thought to thought. The idea here is that the mind cannot be on more than one thing at a time. It's very quick at bouncing back and forth between ideas, but at any instant it can only be on one thing. To place our mind on a singular thing, we select what is known as a mantra. A mantra can be a word, a sound, or an object. It might be musical notes, a symbol, one's breathing, someone's voice, a setting sun, or a candle flame. What mantra works best? This is very subjective, and I suggest that you experiment until you find one or two that you prefer. I also suggest that when starting out, you use a mantra that involves closing your eyes so as to avoid visual distractions. Focusing on one's breath seems to work well for many beginners. When doing this, add a couple of words that sync with the inhalation and with each exhalation. For example, you could use in and out, 1 and 2, or let and go, etc. When using such words, don't say them out loud, don't even whisper them, just think them. An important point to remember is that the mind cannot be totally controlled. At best, it can be tamed. What typically happens in meditation is that we focus on our mantra, and after a few minutes, the mind wanders from the mantra to some distracting thought or idea. This is normal, and it's important to relax and realize that it is normal and not beat oneself up over it. Just simply and gently come back to the mantra. When the mind wanders again, once again, just bring it back to the mantra and carry on. Pretty soon, perhaps after 5 minutes or so, the meditation response will kick in and you will be meditating. To get the ball rolling, here is a simple 6-step procedure. 1. Select a quiet environment where you know you won't be disturbed. Silence your phone and advise others that you wish to be undisturbed for the next 20 minutes or so. 2. Sit on a firm chair in a comfortable position. Back straight, feet flat on the floor, hands in your lap, eyes closed, and nothing crossed. The exception is the lotus position. If you can do it, great. You've got a good little tripod going and you're well grounded. 3. Assume a passive attitude. Empty the mind of all thoughts and distractions as much as you can. 4. Select a mantra and focus on it. When you notice that your mind has wandered to a thought, just gently come back to your mantra. 5. Continue until you wish to stop. 15 to 20 minutes is enough for most people, but sometimes it's attractive to stay in meditation longer. Don't force anything, just be comfortable. 6. When you've had enough or time has run out, open your eyes slowly. Following are a few additional points to help you meditate more effectively. Some people prefer to sit on the floor, others prefer to lie down. Both are fine, but each carries a risk. When sitting on the floor, it is important to ensure that the spinal column is straight. When lying down, there is some risk of falling asleep. This isn't a bad thing, but it's not meditation. If you raise your eyes about 10 degrees while they are closed, you can induce the meditative state a little more easily. It's important that you're not disturbed or that noises, such as a ringing telephone or a slamming door, don't occur during meditation. You'll soon notice that in the meditative state, your senses are slightly heightened, and you will hear things more acutely. When an unexpected noise occurs, you will find it somewhat startling or jarring. During meditation, all bodily processes slow down, including digestion. For this reason, it is a good idea to let a couple of hours go by after eating, before meditating. There is no serious downside to this, but it can be a little uncomfortable and distracting to have a lump of food sitting in the digestive tract. The amount of light in the room while meditating is a matter of individual preference. Experiment until you find a level of lighting you prefer. Most people prefer some reduction from normal daylight, but the preferences do span a very wide range. Soft, unupholstered chairs can sometimes be too soft and not provide the proper amount of support to maintain a straight spinal column. Often the best chairs are straight back and fairly firm in the seat. For the first few times when sitting up straight, you may find your head tending to fall forward or backward. By adjusting your body forward or backward, you'll come to a balance point where this soon becomes a non-issue. While in meditation, with eyes closed, it is common to see visuals. These can range from vivid objects and scenes to simple colors. This is normal and usually quite pleasant. Don't be alarmed, just enjoy the experience. Sometimes, especially when we're a little sleep deprived, we relax so much that our brainwave activity falls to theta. That's 4 to 8 beats per second. Theta is the brainwave activity that accompanies dreaming. It can happen that while you're meditating, a little dream scenario will flit by. Again, relax. This is normal and fairly common. If it does happen, you will notice that much like dreaming in sleep, we can quickly lose the ability to recall these meditation dreams. Now, as mentioned earlier, in meditation, we are more receptive and more responsive to suggestion. And in this state, we have an opportunity to increase the benefits with affirmations and visualization. The unconscious mind is not judgmental, nor is it very analytical. It cannot tell the difference between reality and fantasy. It just accepts what it is being told and acts upon it. The thoughts and ideas that the conscious mind chooses to run can be thought of as programs, and the unconscious mind is the processor that runs them. This is what often happens with hypnosis, and legitimately, in my opinion, meditation could be called self-hypnosis. If we don't like the reality that we're currently experiencing, we can choose to change the program. One way to change it is to affirm to the unconscious mind statements or affirmations that are positive and descriptive of what we would like to have in our reality. Stating affirmations as though they are already achieved is particularly effective. In meditation, affirmations can be handled in a variety of ways. One, you might choose to deal with only a few at a time. 2, you could record a few and have them playing while you are meditating. 3, you could have someone read them to you, in which case the pronouns would change from I to you. And fourthly, you could consider using them at other times, for example, while standing before a mirror, while driving a car, or just before sleep, as we fall into the alpha state. To make affirmations really catch hold, state them in conjunction with visuals. Create a little movie of you already having and enjoying that which you are affirming. If you want a new car, see yourself driving it. Smell the new car smell. Feel the power of the engine. Hear the sound of the wind rushing by. Get excited and enjoy the new car experience. Employ your senses and your emotions. The unconscious mind loves movies. The more exciting and sensual, the better. Finally, I imagine you may still have some questions about meditation. The next recording in this series addresses a number of frequently asked questions related to meditation. For example, when is it best to meditate? How often should one do it? Does it have anything to do with mindfulness, etc.? So stay tuned. Bye for now.